The Wishing Stone. Deep in the whispering woods, where gnarled trees whispered ancient secrets and fireflies wove trails of light through the dusk, lay Harmony's Hollow, a village as peculiar as the tales spun by its elders. Cobbled paths twisted past cottages painted in hues of sunrise and midnight, each home housing villagers with quirks as vibrant as the wildflowers carpeting the meadows. At the village's heart stood the Wishing Stone, a weathered slab of granite veined with glowing quartz, pulsing with a magic older than the hills themselves. Elian, a 16-year-old apprentice to the village healer, was a whirlwind of curiosity, her auburn hair forever escaping its braid, her green eyes catching every glint of wonder in the world. One crisp autumn afternoon, while chasing a sprig of elusive moonwort through the woods, she tripped over a root and landed at the stone's base. Its surface shimmered under a stray sunbeam, beckoning her closer. Heart pounding, Elian reached out, her fingertips grazing the cool stone. A rush of warmth surged through her, like sunlight flooding a frozen stream, and the stone glowed, casting an ethereal light that painted the clearing in hues of gold and violet. Villagers, drawn by the spectacle, gathered in a wary circle, their murmurs a mix of awe and fear. Old tales spoke of the stone's power, how it could grant a single wish, but only to one whose heart proved worthy. Lyrian, the village elder, stepped forward, her silver hair catching the glow like moonlight on water. "Elian," she said, her voice low and steady, "the stone's gift is no trifle. It will test your virtue, weigh your soul. Choose wisely, or its magic will unravel you." Elian nodded, her mind alight with possibilities. She'd heard the stories, wishes granted, wishes twisted, but the stone's voice, soft as a breeze through threads, spoke only to her. "One wish is yours, young heart, but first you must face the Hollow's truths." Determined to prove herself, Elian set out, her healer's satchel slung over her shoulder, to discover what the stone demanded. Her journey began with Broden, the village blacksmith, whose forge roared at the edge of the hollow. His hands, calloused and strong, shaped iron with unmatched skill, but his temper flared hotter than his coal. Elian found him cursing over a warped blade, his face red with frustration. "I can't slow down," he growled, tossing the blade aside. "Every mistake sets me back, and I snap at anyone who dares speak. I wish for patience, Elian. Can your stone grant that?" Elian listened, her heart aching for his struggle, and promised to carry his wish with her. Next, she visited Amara, the baker, whose shop filled the air with the scent of warm bread and honeyed rolls. Amara's smile was a gift to every soul in the hollow, but her kindness was her cage. She could never say no, piling her days with favors until her eyes grew shadowed with exhaustion. Over a shared loaf, Amara confessed, "I want to help everyone, but I'm losing myself. I need the courage to say no, to stand up for my own heart." Elian squeezed her hand, feeling the weight of Amara's quiet plea. Then there was Ren, the weaver, whose tapestries hung in every home, threads of color telling stories of the Hollow's past. He worked in a loft above the square, his fingers nimble but his heart heavy. Over tea, he admitted his fear. "I weave for others, but what if I'm forgotten? I want my name to live on, Elian. Something to prove I was here." His voice cracked, and Elian felt his longing like a thread pulling at her own heart. Each encounter revealed a piece of the Hollow's soul, and Elian's own. The stone's power dangled before her, tempting her with dreams of her own. A life beyond the village, fame as a healer, riches to ease her family's struggles. Yet the villagers' needs pressed harder, their faces etched in her mind as she wandered the woods, wrestling with her choice. One stormy evening, Elion strayed into a shadowed glade where the air grew heavy, the trees silent. A figure emerged, a twisted reflection of herself, cloaked in darkness, its eyes gleaming with malice. "Why labor for them?" it whispered, its voice a venomous echo of her own thoughts. "Wish for yourself. Power, glory, a name that echoes beyond this nowhere village. They'll manage without you." Elion's breath caught, her heart pounding as the figure's words stirred her deepest desires. She saw herself celebrated, free, unburdened, but alone. Steeling herself, she faced the shadow. "No," she said, her voice clear as a bell. "Their needs are my strength. I won't betray them." The figure dissolved into mist, leaving only the patter of rain and the echo of her resolve. Days later, Elion returned to the Wishing Stone. The village gathered under a sky streaked with dawn. Her heart was a storm of doubt and hope, but she stood tall, the stone's glow warming her skin. She closed her eyes, the faces of Broden, Amara, and Ren vivid in her mind, and spoke her wish. Grant Broden the patience to temper his fire, Amara the courage to guard her heart, and Ren a legacy to ease his fear. Let them find joy that lasts. The stone blazed, its light sweeping through the hollow like a golden tide. Gasps rose as the villagers felt the change. Broden, working at his forge, paused, his hands steady, his voice calm as he guided an apprentice. Amara, in her bakery, turned down a request with a gentle, guilt-free smile, her eyes bright with newfound strength. Ren unveiled a tapestry so vivid it drew tears, a masterpiece that would hang in the Hollow's hall for centuries, his name woven into its threads. The village thrummed with life, its harmony deeper than ever before. Elion returned to her apprenticeship, her satchel lighter, but her spirit fuller. The stone's glow had faded, but its lesson burned bright. Kindness and empathy were magic, stronger than any wish, weaving hearts together in ways no artifact could. In Harmony's hollow, under the watchful whispering woods, Elion's quiet courage became a story of its own, whispered by firelight for generations to come. Go. Out or go. Find out the guy.